everybody, it's Georgia Rose. I'm in the soul space, and look, it's love tonight. Love, love. Tonight's about love. So it's our Valentine's Day show, even though Valentine's Day is not for a couple of days. Today is February 10th. Valentine's Day is on the 14th, as you all know. It's a Friday this year, so I'll bet the restaurants all love that. Everyone's going out to dinner, right? So welcome to the Soul Space Podcast. I'm here every Monday night at 7 o'clock in beautiful Strong Island Studios, Paradise Studios, Strong Island Television in Massapequa, New York. Home of the pizza and bagels and serial killers and Joey Buttafuoco and the Baldwins and me here in the Soul Space. So I'm here every Monday at 7 o'clock, and we talk about all things spiritual, self-mastery, and really getting to know ourselves better. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? People starting to stream in. Tonight, I'm going to do a little astrology because I got to tell you about the astrology for Valentine's Day, right? What would it be without knowing what the stars are doing? You got to shine. And I'm also going to talk about readings for Valentine's, do some card readings. And if you call into the show or if you put it in the comments, we're going to pull some cards, do some readings and things like that. So it's going to be really cool. Cool show, I think. So last week we had Stephanie Kalanoff on. She was awesome. I thought we had a really good chemistry together. Stephanie is one of my very good friends. And next week I'm going to have on another friend of mine, Sherry Mirando, who I know through the real estate world, but who also has a fabulous stories to tell us about her mom on the other side and how her mom comes through for her. So, getting a lot of signs. So let's jump into the astrology. We'll start that so we have enough time for cards because I know you guys all love your cards. So I'm just trying to share the show. Better do that because, I'll forget, and that will not be good. So if you're at home and you want to share the show, help out our community, that would be great. I got to tell you, we have so many planets in Pisces that I'm just like woo-woo. I hate to use that word, but I really feel like that. I feel like I'm like floating through life. Pisces is a water sign, and we've got so many planets in Pisces right now. And we've actually got somebody saying they're trying to get on the page. My watch is talking to me. Somebody saying they're trying to get on the page. On your page to go to your Zenkuda meeting, can you send me the link? I can. Okay, so somebody wants us to send out the link, so I'll put that in the page again. And I'm sorry to be so distracted. This is how I've been for the last few days. I don't know if any of you out there have been this way. Very distracted, very floaty, feeling a little out of it. It's because we have all this Pisces energy and water energy in the chart, and it just makes us like, I'd love to hear you guys out there if you're feeling this at all, because it's getting a little annoying, I have to say. I want to be focused and it's getting a little annoying. So at any rate, hold on one second. People are saying, let me in, let me in, let me in. So if you guys share the show at home, that'll be really good too. Okay. Okay, so we have a lot of Pisces energy, but we've also got a full moon coming in this week right before Valentine's Day. So that's going to give us a lot of energy, and it's not the best energy for Valentine's Day, but I'm going to tell you how to work with it. So Gira is online, and she said it's really hard getting onto the page for some reason. I don't know why that is. I posted the link earlier today, so hopefully you guys can get on. I just shared the show link. So that should be really good also. So, all right, if you guys want to share the show so people can find us, that'll be good. I don't know why people are having trouble. It's just been the week. Computers crashing, all kinds of stuff. So, getting back to the astrology. Can you guys tell that we have a lot of Pisces energy? Oh, wait, I said that 5 times already. Okay, so... So we start out the week February 10th today, we're leading up to the Leo full moon. Now, what I will tell you as Leo energy, especially when you have a full moon in Leo, is an energy that wants to express. It wants to, especially the moon in Leo, is an energy sometimes that can be a little bit, maybe a little arrogant, but also because we've had Mars in Cancer retrograde for so long, there's a lot of repressed energy. There's a lot of things like, people are going into their shell and not saying what they really need to say, not talking in their boundaries, not saying the things that they need to say in order to have their boundaries firm, things like that. So when the moon hits Leo, you're going to see that a lot of people are going to finally express that energy. It kind of comes out. Yeah, people are saying they're having a hard time getting onto the page link. So I don't know why that is. We're going to keep it out there, guys. So the full moon is not until the 12th, but we're building up to it today. And one of the things we have today on the 10th is Mercury squaring the planet Uranus. And I talk about Uranus on the show a lot. That's the awakener because it usually delivers some energy that can be sudden and shocking. But in this energy now, we've got Pluto and the moon in an opposition. We've got the sun squaring Uranus, and we've got Mercury squaring Uranus. So to put it in terms you're going to understand, it's tension. It's tension that's building up towards this full moon on the 12th. And it's also tension that can, like I say, express out of the blue. Once the moon starts to really go towards that Leo energy, it wants to express. Leo is the stage and the presenter. It is, our inner light coming out. Hopefully that's in a good way, but a lot of times it's not, always good. Sometimes Leo energy, especially with the moon there opposing Pluto, can really come up and be boom. This moon is happening at 24 degrees in Leo, so it's in the last degrees of Leo. We've got a tremendous amount of planets in Pisces, and we've also got a tremendous amount of planets in the final degrees of signs. What does that mean? It means that we have a lot of energy culminating right now. So this full moon could really bring out things that we've been holding in for a long time, and we'll express them, not always in the best way. So try and do it with love, because Leo also is that beautiful lion-hearted energy where we can take our courage and our valor in order to say the things that we really want to say. So that's the 10th, which is starting, that energy is starting today. And then we've got Mercury and the sun together. And Mercury and the sun together really clarifies our thoughts. It's going to give our thoughts like a lot of energy in the sense of wanting also to express, but also in new thoughts and new ways and innovation. It's more or less like a pioneer energy. So what we really want to do in this energy, because it can be a little volatile, is when Mercury and the sun come together in an energy like Aquarius, which is that innovation, that pioneering spirit, that newness, that uniqueness, a lot of times what will happen is we think it's time to speak our truth, because we're so convinced that what we have to say is true. But what I'm going to say to you is wait till the end of the week or even into next week, because the things that we think are true, we don't have the whole picture yet. There's more energy coming out. There's more energy that will be expressed. So don't jump the gun, because what's going to happen in this energy going into this full moon and Wednesday and Thursday is you're going to want to speak your truth. You're going to be totally determined that it is your truth. You're going to speak it. And then things are going to come to light that really wasn't the truth, but you're going to want to hold on to it and pretend it is and be righteous about it. And that's really the wrong way to use this energy. The way to use this energy is to use that beautiful Leo full moon coming up, the ignition point of Aquarius with Mercury and the sun there, and so many planets in Pisces, which is our imagination and our dreams. Use that combination of energy to be innovative, to spark new ways of doing things, to go within and connect with yourself, to find out your own truth and where that lays within you. You'll feel it in the body. You'll feel it in your mind and heart, all in sync. And when you get to that feeling, then that's the truth. Because there's going to be a lot of information and a lot of energy circling around out there. And I'm telling you, what's true today will not be true Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So hold your horses a little bit, all right? On the 11th, we've got that sun in an exact square to Uranus, the Leo moon coming in, wanting to hit that point of 24 degrees. And that's happening in the morning on Wednesday. The moon finally goes into Leo, headed for its full moon. We've got the Uranus squaring the sun exact on this on tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Mercury and the sun are working into that square with Uranus, and then the full moon comes. So this is an energy that's very volatile. It's an energy that can make us want to act out, be aggressive. Uranus is that trigger point, you know. And we're in an energy right now where Pisces is getting ready. I mean, Neptune is getting ready to change signs. It's been in Pisces for 14 years. Think about what's regurgitating what you were doing 14 years ago and what's coming back around. Venus is about to go retrograde soon, which is going to bring back all those past relationships, not just romantic ones. So we're in an energy of tension and release. And it's an energy where we're going to want to express, but we really need to just kind of put on the brake a little bit, hold out, make sure we have all the information we need, make sure that what we want to really express and talk about and the boundaries that we want to set are really coming from within us and the connection that we have with ourselves. Because ending the 14-year cycle of Neptune in Pisces is bringing us all an awareness of behavior patterns, of relationship patterns, situations, and environments that now we see are unhealthy. And maybe we've been in them that long, and we've been in them and repeating them for 14 years. And now as Neptune heads towards Aries, we break those cycles because we have all these new awarenesses coming out, because that planet Uranus, which also rules Aquarius, is showing us, as the great awakener, which it is, where these awarenesses lie. And now it's like that job that you've been kind of getting along to get along in, you don't even want to go there anymore, and you're going to change it. The relationship that you've been tolerating, now it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. You realize this just isn't me anymore, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. And so you're going to see a lot of people really changing their lives and really having a new energy come into their lives, which is beautiful. But you want to do it in a healthy way. And the best use of this energy is to make sure it's resonating with you, not acting out because of something you saw or heard in media, not acting out because someone is programming you and telling you how you should be conditioned to think. Even my show, Zenkuda Soul Space, I do this show to open minds and expand love in the world for myself. This is a show where I bring inspiration, hopefully, that touches you all in a certain way. And then you take that and you use it to seed your own belief system and your own life. I don't want to influence you. I want to inspire you to find your own journey, what's true for you, and meet that individualism. And that's really what Aquarian energy and Pluto in Aquarius is all about and going to be about for the next 20 years. So while we have all these planets in Pisces headed to Aries, which is all new growth, new birth, outgrowing the old, Pisces is an energy of decay. It's an energy of something that's outdated. Oftentimes when I'm driving in the car and I see where we are, I live on Long Island, New York, and oftentimes when I drive in the car and I see like the train system or public transit, it feels so old and decayed and outmoded and outdated to me. You know, even that we're driving around in cars feels very outdated to me. And that is how this energy is going to play out in the next 10 years or 20 years for us. Pluto in Aquarius is going to show us what we've outgrown, what is outdated, and also bring us in the awareness of what's new and what the new path is. So right now what's happening because of that, and because of all the cycles that are ending in Pisces, basically Neptune for the last 14 years, we're being shown what no longer works. We're being shown the decay around us, the things that have expired. And the great thing about that is we're going to go into all new ways and new territory, especially in the spring, April, and May, when we've got planets all transiting into that 0 point of Aries, which is new birth. But at the same time, we're drifting right now. We're not in a place where we know what the path is. It's like the light hasn't shined on the future yet, but we know what we're doing presently and what has been in the past is no longer for us. So we've got this kind of drifting going on a little bit. And it can feel heavy at times, it can feel confusing, and it can feel daunting. But stay with it, because in those places, there's an awareness that's going to come more and more so that you can see the path. And so that you can see the light shining on, oh, this is my future. I have a glimmer of the trajectory now. And I know for me personally, part of that is I was never very good at setting boundaries. And so in my life, there's been many times where things happened, and looking back, I have to take responsibility for that fact that, I said everything was okay when it really shouldn't have been, or I accepted friendships that were less than what I deserved. And now I'm no longer interested in those things. Now I am, and not in a harsh clearing type of way. They just don't align with me. So they've fallen away because we want to align with what is in our life currently, especially in this time when we're in that transition of getting rid of the old and coming into the new. So final thought on that for you is, like I said, we can be in this kind of drift, but tap into your intuition and trust and have faith that it will guide you. Because as we do those things, one of the things that's really important to do, and something we can take action on when we feel like we're drifting or don't have the energy or the empowerment that we want, one of the things that we can really take action on is making sure that the things in our life, the environments that surround us, the containers that we create to live in, right? The people, places, things, situations, relationships, way we relate to everything, that those are supportive, and that we're making choices that are supportive and choosing supportive things in our life that support where we want to go instead of where we have been. So especially as Venus retrograde, when old things start to pop up again, old relationships, old situations, old environments, just ask the question, does this support my future, or is this supporting the patterns of my past that have been unhealthy and that I'm now outgrowing? And that's exactly where we're at right now. So on this full moon, there will be unexpected shifts that come out of the blue. That's Thursday, February 12th. Wednesday is the full moon. And you're going to see unexpected shifts come out of the blue. They will happen to relieve tension. And when they happen, they may feel very intense, because it's almost like those tug of wars, pulling and pushing. Now the rope just snaps because there's so much energy pulling them in different directions. But what I will tell you is that the ultimate reason and cause and effect of this will be a better development. It's really, if we can get into the flow of that disruptive energy, even though it's disruptive, if we can keep grounded and keep in the flow of it, it is really happening to bring us to a bigger picture that is absolutely positive. So it's almost like, bad thunderstorm, but it waters all the flowers and clears out all the debris. That's really what's going to be happening in this full moon. On the 13th, the moon then goes into Virgo from Leo, so things calm down a little bit. In Virgo, we want to be practical. We want to be effective. We see now the disruption that had taken place, or that, very quick shift, and we are starting to understand. The only thing is, we've got Jupiter in play that day. That's February 13th, Thursday. Don't make more of it than it is, because we'll have a tendency to do that on Thursday. And then Valentine's Day, February 14th, another shift happens, because Mercury goes into Pisces. And when Mercury goes into Pisces, it's in its detriment, because Mercury is at home in Virgo, which is the complete opposite. It's as far away from its home in the zodiac that it can get. And when Mercury is there, sometimes we can feel foggy. It can be difficult to coordinate our thoughts. I'm already feeling that, obviously, because I have a Mercury retrograde natally, so I feel Mercury's shifts a lot more. Mercury likes to have accuracy and precision, and in Pisces it doesn't have that, because Pisces is dreamy and imaginative and floaty. So it's a little bit of a strange energy. So Pluto is now in the second degree of Aquarius. It's getting firmer and firmer planted in Aquarius as we go. And I'm going to talk about it more next week, but what I will tell you, after this weekend, when we start getting into the 16th, 17th in February, we have in Pluto the Sun, Mercury, in Pisces, I misspoke. We have in Pisces, by February 18th, the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, the North Node, and Neptune, all in Pisces energy. So that can make us floaty and dreamy and foggy and disoriented and disassociative, but it's also great for connection, which leads me to my topic tonight, which is love is eternal. And you all know that as far as connections go, love never stops. Love goes on forever. There's no boundaries with love, right? Love is always there to be redeemed. And so as we go into the week of love and Valentine's Day, just know that although all this Pisces energy, this water is washing things away, and we're in the rinse cycle, it's going to be okay because we're going to come out beautiful and bright and clean, and we're going to be able to see the horizon of what we want to do because there's so much happening beneath the surface, and that is what Pisces energy is all about. There's a reason your soul was born in this exact time to experience all these planets in Pisces while Pluto is in Aquarius, and the reason is we're getting this beautiful opportunity to create all new things in our lives and wash away the debris, wash away what is outgrown, wash away what has decayed. So for our affirmation this week, our affirmation is, I release fear and trust my intuition to guide me. That is our mantra for the Leo full moon. I release fear and trust my intuition to guide me. Because when things are cleared away, it doesn't mean that that's just going to happen and the tide comes in, that Pisces water comes in and wash them away. We're like, oh, bye, have a nice trip. No, we have mourning, we have grief, we have anxiety, we have fear. And so what happens is we have to allow ourselves to have those feelings, because in those feelings is where the newness is going to come in, where the awareness of where we're supposed to go is going to come in. So I release fear and I trust my intuition to guide me. All right. Oftentimes the things that we crave and the things, well, all the time, the things that we are attached to usually keep us stuck. So just remember that as you're having a hard time releasing certain things, because this is all about exposing the shadow work so that we can really, really get into the nitty gritty of where we really are supposed to be in our lives. So now it's time for cards. And got to see my comments to see who is in cards. Let me put my glasses on so I could read comments here. Ta-da! Pauline says, congrats, rare youngsters want to you, must be living grandma. I don't know what that means. Hi, Cheryl. Good evening. Hey, Pauline. Elaine is a Pisces, and boy, it is chaotic. Yeah, wait till towards the end of the month. I'd like to tell you it's going to get better, Elaine, but it's really not. I'm going to pull some cards for Sarah. It's really not going to get better. What is going to get deepened is your connection. You're going to have a lot of divine energy there. Anyone who is a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, or you have a lot of planets in Pisces. Pisces is my third house of communication, which is why everything's so glitchy. But anyone who has a lot of Pisces in the chart, you're going to feel drifty. You're going to feel foggy. You're going to feel, chaotic and where am I going and all that. But it's also very heightened energy for connection. So go into your meditations. Elaine, I know you're great at that. Do your readings, pull out the cards you haven't used in a while and do everything that you can do, because see what just happened with the cards? It's the energy right now. I resign myself every day. I wake up and I say, okay, I'm going to get through this day. I know I'm going to do everything twice, and that's just the way it is. A lot of energy, and this full moon is not going to cure it. So let's see what we got. Pulling cards for Sarah. Valentine reading for Sarah. Who's going to come in? Let's see. Cut these for her. Let me just put this down here. Okay. Oh, Sarah, you have the Temperance card. The Temperance is a card of balancing the spiritual and the material world. So if you've been getting a lot of meditations or the opposite and you've been living too much in the spiritual world, this is a card that is saying, balance your spiritual life, your intuition with what's actually going on in your reality. And then you have the Empress. So I feel like this is maybe a mom or a female energy that was like a mom to you coming in. The Empress is a beautiful card. If you see, she's got all flowers on her robe, and she's very much a spirit of giving and receiving, and teaches us how to be nurturing while also staying in our boundaries. It's actually the Venus card, and we were talking about Venus earlier when Venus goes retrograde. So this could be that when Venus goes retrograde, someone who is very much like a nurturing or maternal type of figure comes back into the picture or the environment around you. And then the next card that I got is actually was pulled in reverse, and this is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a future card. It is the gentleman staring and looking out at the world, and he has the world in his hand. And it's a card of future, and that you actually have the ability to manifest a tremendous amount of things in your future. But it hasn't happened yet, because I think something is coming in with this female, feminine, motherly energy. It could be someone who was a mom to you, or someone who is a mom around you. If you have a daughter that has children, or a daughter-in-law that has children, something like that, or someone who has that type of relationship. I feel like this is not necessarily an energy that comes from the other side, but yet I feel like there's someone who is very maternal to you on the other side, orchestrating this energy with this mother figure in reality, if that makes sense. And then this card is the Page of Pentacles, which this is communication, message, information coming from a young person, coming from someone who is definitely like almost like a child or childlike. And then this will be the final card for this particular spread for me, because that's the way they're telling me. But this is the Wheel of Fortune. And it's funny because this card comes in and really connects me with the first card that I took out. And the reason being that the Wheel of Fortune is a card of balance. It's like balancing the material, the spiritual, the financial, all, all corners of the earth. And I feel like whatever happens, there's something that is going to unfold within the next week or two, having to do with this mother figure or mother person in reality. It doesn't have to be your mother, but a mother that's around you. And it's orchestrated from the other side by either your mom who's on the other side, or a female person on the other side. And what it has to do with is your future and your future trajectory. And I'm also getting a message about setting boundaries. So the energy is going to shift and change. It might be unexpected for you, or you may be expecting something in relation to this, and what actually happens is unexpected. All right. So Sarah's saying maybe your Aunt Polly. Oh, I love that name, Polly. I'm feeling a very warm, sweet is the word I want to use, sweet energy coming through. Very protective, but definitely in the background, like not someone who comes to the forefront. Someone who would like, the energy I get from her, the analogy that I'm using that they're showing me is almost like someone who you might have company over, and maybe a celebration or a party or just a visiting thing. And I see her like in the background, like making sure everything's okay, but not actually being in the forefront. Like she's definitely not a life of the party. She's someone who would work the background and just orchestrate and make everything nice and do all these beautiful things, but no one really seeing her presence there is how I'm seeing it. So, and Elaine Risotto says, yep, I had a reading today and wow, gave a great reading. She was so happy. Oh, I love that, Elaine. Elaine also reads cards. Elaine is someone I go to read cards. She just recently moved out of my state, but I'm going to look you up to do something, even if we do it on the phone. I need a reading, Elaine. And I do not read myself, people, if you're wondering about that. Cheryl says she's been getting rid of a bad relationship for months. Yeah, and once, I'll bet you anything, Cheryl, once we have a lot of this Pisces energy moving out into Aries, it's going to definitely be done then. Patty Shrika says, hi, Georgia. Glad I was able to get on your podcast tonight. I am too, Patty, because a couple people were saying they were having problems. So I'm going to pull some cards for Gira because she's a Pisces. Let's see what kind of energy comes out for Gira. And I got to tell you, I can't even shuffle these cards tonight. So that just goes to show you how the energy is right now, right? So I'm kind of tapping into Gira's energy. How's health for you, Gira? I feel like you are on a road for health, but that it's a slow road. Like I feel that you will be healthy. You're getting healthy, but it's a slow road for you. So keep the faith. Cheryl says her relationship is done. See that? It's that Neptune in the last degrees of Pisces is clearing it all out for us, guys. Oh, see, Sarah says about her Aunt Polly that was coming through. She was extremely sweet. Didn't grow up with her near, just yearly visits, but so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like Polly, don't underestimate the power of the Polly, because I feel like even though people did not like see her present, which we all have that issue sometimes, right? People don't really see us. I feel like Polly is doing her good works in the background there. So now this is for Gira. I've got the Six of Wands, Gira, which is a card of recognition and a card of triumph. So if there's something in your life, Gira, that you are really trying to accomplish or a hurdle that you're trying to get over, it's coming, because this actually shows this laurel wreath on the staff, and the victory ride, as this person's doing, are all symbolic of triumph and victory. And you can see the green in the back, and the gold blanket on the horse is all showing abundance. And green is also healing. So as I was saying when I was picking up your energy and shuffling, I feel like you are trying to heal some things in the physical body, but it's a little slower than you would like. But please know there's healing going on instantaneously right now as we're doing this reading, and I'm sending you out beautiful vibes for healing right now. So it's really happening. I see this spring being one of the better times for you that you've had in a long while. And so don't give up on whatever you're doing, because spring is bringing a lot of renewed energy. And I have the Queen of Cups coming in for you, Gira. And the Queen of Cups coming in for you is definitely, I'm just tapping in, definitely, yeah, this is, I feel like the Queen of Cups is a Pisces energy, but not you. I feel like this is an energy that's coming through from a past person who is a Pisces as well, or a water sign. So I don't know if mom or grandma was a Pisces or had have a lot of water in the chart, but I feel like they're coming through. And the fact that the way the card spread is, she's looking at this first card, which was a card of triumph and redemption and abundance and healing. And also you see the same green color in our queen here. I feel like this is symbolic of this person on the other side is also bringing you this healing energy and abundance. It's really coming together. You can see it in this card spread. And then absolutely, wowie, wowie. This card is the judgment card. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Judgment in this card does not mean you're being judged or judgmental. Judgment in this card is a card you can see almost like you see like the red cross on here. A lot of readers will say that this is a card of health, which I also believe. And what this card is, if you can really see it online, is you have this healing, this health, and you've got the Archangel Gabriel blowing his trumpet, giving you the message that all is well. You've got rebirth in this card, which is these figures actually literally coming up from the grave in the picture. And that means complete rebirth, rejuvenation, revitalization. It's a card that is confirming the energy that came from these two, that this is like, you know, your victory lap, your triumph, and the healing energy that this person on the other side is sending you. And, oh, there you go. Boyfriend was a Pisces too. So even though that's not a feminine energy, he could have been like a nurturer for you. But I also feel very strongly there's a feminine energy that's passed over in your life that was also Pisces or had a lot of Pisces energy. But this, getting back to this card, this is a card that Archangel Gabriel is surrounding you. If you see copper color, or maybe even wear copper jewelry or copper colored clothing, golden, orange, it will bring in that spirit of Archangel Gabriel surrounding you with what you need in order to heal and have love. So just know that. I'm going to ask if your boyfriend, you know, if he wants to come in right now and give us a little message for you. I'm going to pull this card. And you just said your boyfriend was a Pisces, correct? Well, I just pulled the Magician card. And for those of you who do read cards out there, the Magician card is the Pisces card. And the Magician card, if you can see it on camera, is a card where you have the infinity symbol above the head, which is a symbol of eternal love. Obviously, your boyfriend is coming in through the other side to give you that message that love is eternal and love transcends the realm. And that's what we're dedicating this whole month to. And so boyfriend comes in and he's showing you that even though he has transcended to another place, he's still with you in spirit. His soul's still giving you love. And I can't believe that this is the Pisces card. And the reason why they call it the Magician is because Pisces is truly that figure 8 relationship where love just is continuous. And through that, we can manifest anything that we want in our lives. And that's why they call the Pisces card the Magician, because we have that power through that figure 8 and eternity to manifest whatever we want. I'm getting a J name. I don't know if your boyfriend or the other person on the other side is a J name, but I'm getting a J. And then this is our last card, which is the Justice card, J, coming out. And I'd be curious to know if your boyfriend's name did begin with a J. But the Justice card is actually just confirmation that if there's anything that is still pending from your boyfriend's death or something that's unresolved, that there will be justice and balance with it and harmony. And so if you have any unanswered question, you can speak to him, or if there's something going on with a family situation, just know that it will be harmonized and it will be good. All right. And if you are listening, and you can put in the comments, curious to know what your boyfriend's name was. All right. Pauline is asking about fellow Sag Sun, Leo rising, and Taurus moon, and yours is a Capricorn moon. So, well, with a Taurus moon and a Capricorn moon, you're both earth signs. So you're both going to be a little stubborn. So if it's a relationship, boyfriend was Mitch. Okay, well, I was getting a J name, and then the Justice card came out, but I don't know. Somebody's on the other side with a J name is coming in for you, Gira, because I know that that's what it is. So getting back to Pauline, I really think that when we have a romantic relationship where the Taurus, Cap moons, both earth signs, it can make you stubborn, but on the good side, it's very stable. Like you will both have stability for each other. You will both have give each other that the ability to feel secure in the relationship, which is probably what is attracting you both. But just be careful, because it can really be, stubbornness with those moons. Sag Sun and Leo rising, that's two fire signs. So he's going to be fiery and stubborn with that Taurus moon. He's going to be the bull, and you got the lion, and then you got the archer. So this is someone who's very wide reaching. He probably, has really seeks meaning in his life, but wants to come out with something more meaningful than just surface. So this is somebody with a very big heart, very meaningful person. I'd have to really see the chart to do the full thing, but that's what I think. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards for Pauline. Pauline saying you have your nodes in Pisces, Virgo. Generationally, a lot of us do. And you're suffering with some health issues with unstable blood pressure. So let's talk about that. I'm going to cut these one more time. They're telling me to do that. Pauline, you have a dad on the other side. You can put in the comments. There's someone around you that is, and your dad is showing me this. I don't know if you had a relationship with dad that was, I want to say, touch and go. Like maybe you didn't always feel safe or trustworthy around dad. He's coming in to show me on the other side. He's very trustworthy, and he's there to show you things in your life. Dad is coming through to bring you some awarenesses. And the first card I got is the card which is a thief in the night. And there's someone around you that's not as trustworthy as you think. Father on the other side. Your dad is coming through and almost apologetically saying that he wasn't always trustworthy or forthright in life, but that he understands now, and he comes in to show you truth now. He comes in to give you stability and show you the dependability that maybe you didn't have when he was alive. Don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I'm getting. So he's actually coming in to show us that there's someone around you that's not exactly as trustworthy as you think. It's not a dangerous situation or anything. Just beware. Really go by actions, not words. Because dad is showing that you need to have a little more balance where this is concerned. All right? And allow yourself time to feel your intuition. Remember, our mantra this week is I release fear and trust my intuition to guide me. And that's so needed in this energy this week. And then we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, all masculine energy. And if you notice in the other spreads, we had a lot of feminine energy. All masculine energy coming in for you. So father on the other side had no time. Right. Okay. So I'm telling you, there's someone around you that emulates the way your relationship was with your dad in life. And now you have a different relationship with him on the other side. But he understands. He's coming in, giving you a hug, almost apologizing for the times that he didn't give you that time. Definitely like a warning, but not like a danger warning, just like a warning of look before you leap, really go by somebody's actions. And then this card that I have here, the Knight of Cups, that's a card of love, almost like someone, a knight in shining armor coming in and handing you the cup of love. And your dad is saying, don't repeat. Don't make the same mistakes. Pick a new energy. Pick someone that is reliable for you and that you don't have to second guess. Okay. Um, and so that's really, he's showing me that big time. I'm going to pick a couple more cards because Dad's a little chatty. Okay. Yeah, he's showing you the star. He's showing go to your intuition. The star card in the tarot is a card of taking part of the waters of life, the spiritual waters, and filling your cup with them in order to balance with the reality that we're in. Very Piscean energy. It's an energy of, oh, Gira's saying her mom's name is Jenny. That was the J that I was saying. Absolutely. Said it was either. I knew somebody was coming in with a J. So that's your confirmation, Gira, that your mom was definitely coming through today. Beautiful. Sending you hugs from the other side. Eternal, eternal love. So getting back to Pauline's reading. So the star card, if you look at it in the tarot, you can even go online and look it up. Just see the picture if you can't see it online here. It's all stars in the foreground. And you have this person taking a picture and going into the water. And the star card is symbolic of aligning and merging the spiritual and the material worlds, the connection of Pisces energy, the water. And a lot of times this is known as the Aquarius card because you're bringing the water to your reality, the flow, the emotion. And so in this energy, you'll find that the zodiac is working for you right now, Pauline. You are getting intuition and you're getting vibes and you're getting downloads and messages that align with where you're headed in your life. So it's very, very important for you to clear the noise, clear the clutter, and really listen to your intuition. All right? If you're having sleepless nights, there is no reason for sleepless nights. Allow and give over any worries that you have to the divine source, to whatever you know as God, in order to clear your path to go into your future trajectory. And here's the Page of Swords bringing you those messages. And when the Page of Swords comes in, it's messages. You can see the clouds of divine energy here, taking away the sleepless nights, allowing you to have dreams, imagination in dream time that support your trajectory for your future. All of these other things are past. Dad's coming in. Don't repeat the past. Go to the future. Align with the Aquarius new pioneering energy and bring yourself into the messages that are divinely guided from you from that beautiful page. Okay? So those are our readings tonight. Michelle says it sounds like her father as well. And sometimes I will tell you, when we do listen to readings, one of the great things about it is, even when I read, sometimes I get a message that's very appropriate for myself. So when we read or we listen to readings online or we get a reading, a lot of times, or we listen or we sit in when someone else is getting a reading, a lot of times we're meant to hear those messages. You know, that's why when you do gallery readings, like I do sometimes for charity organizations, and we have a big audience with a couple of hundred people and I'm reading, a lot of times the readings that we hear and listen to that aren't our reading will bring us messages that we need to hear just because we're there in that frequency. So whatever you feel resonates with you tonight while we're reading others, take that with you and allow it to help you grow away from patterns that are unhealthy and grow into a space where love can be redeemed and expanded in your life. And so Michelle says she feels a lot of crossover with other people's readings. Yeah, and that's why I do them, because even if you don't get a card pulled, if you listen, there's always such beautiful insight because it's coming through from a source much greater than me and much greater than all of us. So I'm going to pull one card to confirm tonight and the week's energy. Spirit, please give us a card that will inspire me, and also our mantra of I release fear and I rely on I trust my intuition to guide me. I release fear and I trust my intuition to guide me. We've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands is Aries energy. And the King of Wands is symbolic of that 0 point energy of Aries, which is a completely new start, rebirth. We have a lot of planets that are going to all meet up in Aries energy, and that's when the new birth begins. We are literally in a revolution of our lives. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive in the world, a beautiful time to get in touch with that soul space and use our intuitions to guide us. So let's all be like the King of Wands. Get in that Aries, fire, newness, independent, liberating energy, and drop all the old ways that we have outgrown and no longer serve us, and go into beautiful new energy. So I will be here next Monday night at 7 o'clock. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so. Just go online to zenkuda.com, right? We've got Zenkuda on the screen, zenkuda.com. You can book your reading there. You can pay online, and it will give you your time and date. I videotape all of my private readings so that you have that video sent to you for you can refer back to it forever and ever. You can also find me and follow me on Zenkuda Official on Instagram, Zenkuda Soul Space on Facebook, and of course my YouTube channel, which is Zenkuda. Please subscribe. You'll find all the videos that I ever have done on there, and some things about the astrology coming up as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you all next Monday night at 7. Share the show. Tell your friends. Let's grow